coming back with another video. Today I got a lip gloss and my cold-hearted hustle. Got on a lip gloss and my cold-hearted hustle. I'm going to be doing the second installment of my Halloween costume, and that is the skirt to Lady Aqua's outfit. Today's video is brought to you by Cold Hearted Hustle. The hustle made me do it. This is the Hustle Made Me Do It sweatsuit. This is how it looks in real life. I think it's pretty dope. It's like a thingy. Let's get into it. This is just me threading the needle. I'm gonna include a video on how to calculate your measurements.
So you need to find the radius, which is a straight line from the center to the circumference of a circle or a sphere, as well as what a circumference. This purple figure is your waist, and that round red thing is the circumference, meaning your waist measurement. We need to calculate the radius. So the formula to calculate the radius is C, or circumference, equals to 2 pi r, and let's just work with my measurements now, which is 30 inches. That is the circumference of my waist. So circumference will be 30 equals to 2 pi r, where pi is equals to 3.142. If you do a little bit of multiplication and division, you get 30 divided by 6.284. If you divide that, you get 4.78. So that is the radius of my waist. So my waist is not a perfect circle, but you need to find the radius in order to create this pattern.
Measuring out fabric, you're just going to want to place your fabric down to a huge square and get your measuring instrument and place it at the radius, which is basically where it starts at, aka the top corner. And then you're going to measure out the circumference of your waist, multiplying my 4x2. Since mine is about 28 inches, I got 8 inches, and I'm just going to make a circle. So for the length of the skirt, I did about 18 inches, and if you don't want it to be this long, you can literally just like mark off where you want your skirt to stop at. This skirt ended up being a bit long, so I'm definitely gonna redo it for Halloween, but this is just how I did it and the process. And I'm basically making like a sphere around the fabric so that I know where to cut and the shape is created. Now I'm just cutting along the marks that I made to pull out the fabric. This is just me cutting the skirt out of the fabric. And this is how it should fit around me. I have a bit of extra fabric, but I'm marking it off so I know where to cut. This is after the shedded fabric. And now I'm just getting out my black tulle and folding it over and placing it on the inside of my skirt so that I can cut off the excess fabric, pin it down, and sew them together. I'm really just cutting off the stuff that I know I'm not gonna need, but I'm gonna leave the bottom so that I can cut off whatever I want towards the end. So this is really just the top and the sides. Pins. This is honestly growth because I said I didn't need pins in the last video, but I'm pinning the fabric and the tulle together so I can sew them together. Whenever I'm sewing things together, I always try to double stitch the start and the end. I don't know if that's something like all sewing people do, but I really like it because I don't have to worry about tying knots with acrylics. So this is the tulle and the material sewn together. I'm just gonna cut off the top and the sides since I now know exactly what I don't need. So now I'm just folding over and pinning the bottom so that we can create a nice clean hem and I don't have to worry about the freaking fabric unfolding, because velvet it does what it wants. So now I'm just sewing what I pinned together, and I make sure that I remove the pins every time before the needle goes over that section, because if your needle hits the metal pin, it might damage your needle or your machine. So for the yellow lining at the bottom of the skirt, since I was low on fabric, I just decided to take my fabric tissue and just cut out the rows. And I'm basically just going to sew like those little rows to the bottom of my folded hem, because then I can just cut off and fold together and sew together what I don't need. And to make sure that I am sewing it like within a proper line, I bring my material up to the 1/4 line, I believe it is, like under the needle, and I just try to keep it on that same straight slope. So that's basically why you see me checking under the little orange flap like every time, to make sure that it's staying like on that 1/4 line so that my sutures are straight. And like I said, I was running out of materials, so I cut one of the flaps in half. And now I'm just finishing sewing the little hemline to the skirt. I try to keep it on the 1/4 line so that everything is in place. It was a lot of material. And this is what it should look like when finished. As you can see, the yellow is coming from the inside so that it is cleaner. And now I'm just sewing together the sides to complete the skirt. Like I said, I'm not wearing this one on Halloween. The one I'm going to wear on Halloween, I have Velcro straps that I'm going to be sewing to it so that it's easier to take on and off. Just trimming the excess fabric at the bottom.
So this is my Princess Aqua.
So this is my Princess Aqua skirt. I'm not sure if I made it too long or not because it's really cold outside and it's probably gonna be really cold when Halloween comes, but yeah. And I'm basically just gonna like fold this little hem over at the bottom and sew it together so that it looks more clean cut, and I have a little petticoat at the bottom, whatever, my tulle. And this is it. So cold-hearted hustle. You know, we stay G'd up. It's a cold world out here, so support the hustle. Click the link in my bio to shop now and check out their YouTube channel, Facebook like page, Twitter, and Instagram. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.